Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, it's National Talk on Equa Television, and we've set the ball rolling on what it means to have the financial autonomy for the local government and also the financial independence for the state houses of assembly and also the judiciary. If you've been following the show, last week we started building a foundation of what the implications of possibly what it means for the local government to actually have its autonomy, why they should run their government without any interference from the state government. Who will it benefit at the end of the day? Who does it favor? These are some of the questions we're hoping to answer in the course of our discussion today. And before I went on that break, I told you I'll be having a guest, a member of House of Representatives. And before I introduce our guest, we're live on Facebook and also on YouTube, so you can drop your comments there. And I'll open the phone lines later on the show where you shall call in, and also let's hear what your views are concerning the financial autonomy for the local government and also the State House of Assembly and the judiciary. Today on the show, I have with me my guest, Honorable Barrister Rami Ayale Gamza Kitangale. He is a member representing Belliri East constituencies in Gombe State House of Assembly. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to have you today.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Now let's go straight to our topic of discussion for today. The financial autonomy that has been given to the local government. We know that this is not the first time this bill has been, possibly sponsored by various members, and that bill has not been given so much attention. So possibly, just for enlightenment for our viewers, what does it mean to actually have a financial autonomy for the local government?
Yeah. First of all, let me, the name is Rambi Ibrahim Ayala.
Rambi Ibrahim.
Gamzaki Tangala. I represent Belliri East in Gombe State House of Assembly. Of course, chair the House Committee on Security and the House Committee on Security and Ethical Orientation in the State House of Assembly.
Thank you, sir.
I'm glad to be here. You've asked a very topical, very issue that is so germane to our national development, and I'm glad to be here to give my own contribution to share my views on the issue of financial autonomy. I must say that attempt has been made to alter the Constitution as prescribed in Section 9, subsection 1 to 4 of the 1999 Constitution, which clearly spelled out how, should there be any need or should there be the requirement to amend or alter any portion of the Constitution. From the 1999 Constitution, from when it was made till date, I mean, there were 4 previous attempts that has been made to alter the provision of the Constitution. I think this particular attempt that is being done now is the 5th attempt at tinkering with the Constitution by way of altering maybe a portion of it or an aspect of the Constitution. To that effect, the issue of autonomy of the local government, autonomy of the state judiciary, autonomy of the state legislature has been a key issue. And by the way, as you were taking the preludes to this particular program, light has been shed by your colleague on what it means to have an autonomy of the local government, be it local government, judiciary, or the state houses of assembly. In my view, it is an attempt to give an unfettered, unhindered liberty financially to the local government at the local government level to have the right to execute their programs, to carry out their responsibilities without any let or hindrance by any arms of government, considering that as the 3rd tier of government, in this case, the local government. And in the judiciary, looking at the judiciary as an independent arm of government, it ought to also have autonomy or by this self-governance. The judiciary also needs to be totally independent to be able to discharge its own responsibility, so that when those who are within that sphere of responsibility, they will be able to discharge their duty without any problem. Likewise, the state legislature, they should not be at the mercies of the executive arm of government, considering the legislature also as a key arm of government for the proper working of democracy. So it is also hope that if the state legislature is also independent, financially, administratively, they will also discharge their responsibility in like manner. And like we've also said or seen, that several attempts have been made. Some became futile, some succeeded. Now, the present attempt is what we've just seen, which you've also mentioned, where the National Assembly have voted on a number of clauses. I think about 64 clauses. Some, the clauses scaled through, some did not scale through.